Hey beauties, good afternoon to you. So I'm seeing something in the news with somebody that I know personally, um, Nyla Thorburn from the group Brick and Lace, and even her sister Nyla, beautiful women, very good personality, sweet ladies. I know them personally, and it has to do with a song that Nyla had written, something about light it up or whatnot, and there seemed to be some sort of I don't know if it's combative, or there is a sort of tug on war as it relates to her song that she had written and sung, and a song that the great and talented Sean Paul had done that seemed to be similar, maybe based on the lyrics and the liveliness of the song. And I remember I saw another post with Nyla saying, I guess in the beginning, maybe we're humans, I'm not even going to be one of those people who come and try to chide her on how she feels. People are entitled to their emotions, um, as long as it is as controlled as you can get it. And if you know that you had gone out of control and kind of disregarded and disrespected people, be humble enough to come and say, I'm sorry. But I think she had pulled back a video, took down a video, maybe she contacted Sean Paul and his team as it relates to the two songs, the two contending songs, that even his wife had gotten involved on social media with her friend beside her, or relative, or whomever the other woman is. And I started to think about, Nyla was saying the song sounds similar. Even her sister supported the claim. And I suppose most people in the comments were saying they don't sound similar. Okay, what I want, I'm going to split fairness with justice. Yes, they do sound different, but I can understand why Nyla would feel the way she does as a singer. I'm a singer too. All right, there is a song that Jill Scott sings that I absolutely love so much. What's the song again? You like me, especially different. Every time you keep me. I need to go back. It's years I haven't listened to the song. On my feet, happily excited by your cologne, your hair, your smile, your intelligence, you, me. I'm going to have to listen back to the song. And I remember I loved the song so much that I say, you know what, God, I'm going to write a gospel version of it years ago. But I'm going to make the hook different, the words different, the flow different, but the song was completely inspired by that song. So if I had produced that song and Jill Scott's team came and say, no man, yes it's slower, yes it's their different words, but I know it had to be inspired by, it had to be taken from I would say, Jill, yes. And if there any legal road that I have to take to get some sort of to get the permission to do my song that I've written, I will do so. I would do the honorable thing because I know for a fact that 100% it was inspired by that song. I listened, that I was able to, it was easy to write, even though it was different. It was different. So I can understand where Nyla is coming from. So yes, they're different. Yes, it's two very lively, upbeat songs. Two different ways they talk about light and the up in it. Once it's lighted up, once they light it up, or whatever it is. But I understand where she's coming from. I don't think she was trying to be messy. I guess maybe I can understand from, remember, it's not just singers and DJ artists. They're business people as well. So just like how if you take a song and you do a cover version of it, or there is a line out of one song, just one little line or one little flow, and the originator comes to you, I mean, you have to get the permission. Whatever royalties come in, it has to be split, which is fair to the people, because that's why they do it, to earn, not just to entertain and to make you feel good and very lovely, So I understand where she's coming from. When you're musical, remember Sean Paul, I'm not saying that he's not musical in terms of singing. Even though he DJs, it doesn't mean that he cannot understand music. But she's a singer, so she will understand music at a different level when you sing as opposed to DJ. So to her, when she listens to it, for her, it would sound similar, even though the flow is different, even though the pace is different, even though most of the words are different, the tonality is different and so on. So, but for her, it may sound that way. Yes, they sound different, but I made sure to give an example of a song that I did. That if you were to put Jill Scott's song, you love whatever, and my own, even though one is, it's a secular one and I did a gospel version to it, because it was so powerful for me, she would have known that it had to be inspired by her, the way how I did it. The pace was different, two different voices, two different lyrics, two different keys they were sung in, and so on. I don't remember the one that I did, to be honest. I don't remember how it was. I was much younger, back in the day, and so on. But it was completely inspired by her. So I understand where Nyla is coming from, even though, yes, I listen to both songs and they sound different, yes, but I do understand where she's coming from. She knows her song and she listens to that, and there's something about it that probably says to her, it is inspired by this, and nothing is wrong. Let me tell you something. Most people who write, they get inspiration. God, ultimately, we know that, but they get it from each other. No man is an island. No man stands alone. So even if there is an inspiration that comes from God to you, sometimes when you hear something from somebody, you hear how they write a particular song. Because sometimes I've listened to songs, whether secular or gospel, and I know that the songs, each songwriter, or each song that is sung, you hear that they got some inspiration from a particular song. You hear it and you hear something about it. I said they must have got the inspiration. There's something about the melody, the flow of the song, something about it. You feel, you get that intuition, you get that vibe, that unction. Because I don't think the girl has lost her equilibrium to not feel something about it. So you, with your naked ears, may not hear it, but she, as a musician, and I'm not saying that people in the comments, they're not musicians, but she knows her song. She's a writer of it. She knows her song. She knows the flow of it. So perhaps for her, and nothing is wrong. Although he's a bigger artist than she is, it doesn't mean that he can't be inspired by her. There are a number of great people that are inspired by people who are not popular, who are not as wealthy or as influential as they are. The people are the brains behind it. I'm glad that his wife came in quickly when the person was getting up to say that Nyla was saying she has not worked a day in her life. She said, no, that's not what she said. I'm happy that even in her sort of incensed feeling towards Nyla, she corrected her friend or her family or whoever the girl is and said that no, she was saying that you're not a part of the song because you didn't write the song, so you wouldn't understand. I'm glad she did that. Kudos to Sean Paul's wife on that, for ensuring to crush that sort of false information that almost got out. And I'm glad when she said, I'm not going to disrespect you, Nyla, because you're a talented singer and songwriter. She did hear her views that she said she would have preferred for her to come and, contact Sean because she knows Sean and has a number for him and whatever it is. I'm not going to get into that part of it. She's his wife. I understand where she's coming from. I understand where Nyla is coming from. For me, though, as artists, we're all inspired by each other. We're all inspired by each other. Yes, we must follow protocol, to say if it is that he did get the inspiration from her song, that whatever dues need to be paid over, whatever homage need to be paid to her, do so. If not, it just so happens that great minds think alike. So if you really didn't get it from her and it was just on their end, it means great minds think alike. We're humans, and there's certain universal commonalities with us. We don't all just think differently in everything. For example, we know that we need to eat to survive. We know we need to drink water, some liquid. We know we need to shower. There are some things that, we'll find funny together as humans. So for me, I just hope it ends good. It didn't seem vitriolic. She aired her views as the wife, and that's fair. I can understand that's his spouse, and there are certain privileges that will come. If I were married and maybe if I were in her shoe, I probably, but what I'm glad is that she kept it cool and respectful as best as she was able to. She said, I'm not going to disrespect you, and I respect that. And Nyla is Miss Congenial, and Nyanda as well. So, I'm saying, I'm just hope it just ends amicably and the two can work out whatever needs to be worked out if needed. Guys, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel, do share this message.